All right, welcome to part 3. So, going back to our stuff here, I'm just going to quickly show you this. So, you're going to have it where you will be referring to this, just to take a look at the differences between the ancient world and the modern world. Then, looking at this. Now, just like I had you do before for your other assignments, you need to go to File. You need to have it where you click make a copy and go ahead and just say entire presentation, although really it's just one slide. And then here I want you to have it where you get rid of the copy of and put your name, please and thank you. And then in your new document, you will be able to edit the document. And what I want you to do, you can also make it bigger because right now it's too small. So you're going to have it where you're basically going to do like a journal entry, pretending that you have a diary. And so over here on this side, underneath then, you're going to have it where you're going to pretend that you live in the ancient world. And you have already had a chance to kind of dig into that a little bit when we were discussing about how different the lifestyles, the day-to-day and yearly activities, as well as the diet of a peasant and a noble would be back in medieval ages. And so you can draw on that and have it where you're going to write a journal entry or like, dear diary, that type of idea. And you're going to have it where you're going to just chronicle a day in the life of you in the ancient world. And I want you to draw on this for your inspiration, as far as, maybe you're going to make mention about how you, when you're at nighttime before going to bed, you're lighting a candle or a lamp. Whereas now, let's say at nighttime when it's starting to get dark, you turn the light on. And then also having it where maybe you could even mention about how you had a chance to go to this beautiful cathedral and you saw all these amazing paintings there, and you're just thinking fondly about that memory, whereas you can mention about, oh, I'm curious about the different cathedrals and I'm going to Google them and look at all the pictures or do a virtual tour or whatever it might be. And so you can have it where it's the same thing that you're referencing, but you're just having it where you're referencing it in ancient world terms for this part, and then you're going to reference it in modern day terms for this part here. So I want to see it where I want like 2 paragraphs, all right? And I want you to have it where you try to touch on each, oops, wrong one. I want you to touch on each sense, all right? So you're going to mention things that you're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching in the ancient world. And what I want you to do is a similar idea, but what you're going to do this time is have it where you'll tell about 1 or 2 meals that you would have if you were in the ancient world. And then you're going to say those same meals for the modern world, but then you're going to explain what was different about it. So perhaps, or I guess going down to taste here, you would have it where you would have a simple breakfast. Maybe you might have pottage, or you might have some cheese or bread or something like that for your breakfast here. But in the modern world, maybe you're having it where your mom is making pancakes and you have bacon and eggs, and maybe you even have hot chocolate with a little bit of cinnamon sprinkled into it or something like that. But I want you to have it where you show just how different the your experience would be based on if you were in the ancient world versus nowadays. So I want you to touch on each sense. And then you can also have it where you mention something, maybe to do with transportation, something from this page though. So maybe having it where the type of chores that they would have had to do back then compared to what you do now. It could even be where you maybe talk about a trip that you're wanting to go on and how, you're using the GPS on your phone compared to maybe you're hearing about someone who went on a pilgrimage and this is how they got there. They had it where they traveled using the stars or whatever it might be. And so I want to see you have it where you are, like I said, diary entry, about 2 paragraphs, but you have to touch on each sense and at least one thing from the second page that is going to be showing up in your comparing and contrasting paragraphs from then and now. Another thing I'll just quickly show you, these are the instructions for the assignment here. And so if you take a look here, they have a little example for, let's say, the ancient world. Today I woke to the sound of an ox cart bustling by my home. They must have been traveling at least 5 miles per hour. Wow! Whereas modern, today I awoke to the sound of a tractor trailer bustling by my home. They must have been traveling at least 65 miles per hour. Wow, that's about 105 kilometers. So that's what I want you to be focusing on when you are doing your assignment. And I want you to have it where once you're finished, please share it with me. That way I can be able to read that. And I guess because, let's see here, there's no class on Monday, it'll be due on the following Wednesday. All right, so I will give you more details on the Moodle page as far as, or just more of a reminder as far as what I'm looking for in your written assignment. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm always available to either help you out through email or have it where maybe we do like a quick Zoom meeting or something like that. All right, take care.